The corridor waited in absolute stillness, not the stillness of abandonment, nor the stillness of a tomb, but something deeper, something that suggests awareness, the kind of silence that feels less like absence and more like anticipation. I stepped toward the threshold slowly, my boots crushing the untouched sediment that had settled undisturbed for ages. The air that spilled out from the opening was colder than the chamber behind me, not just temperature cold, old cold, the kind that doesn't move unless disturbed. My lantern flickered again, this time not from failing power but from interference, an oscillation, a field, as if the corridor itself resisted illumination. The relicario lumen pulsed once in my left hand. A faint bioluminescent swirl spiraled through its core, the triple helix rotating in a pattern I had not seen before, slower, deliberate, synchronized. The same pattern etched on the pedestal. Behind me, the relic was responding to the corridor. Recognizing it, acknowledging it, I tightened my grip and stepped inside. The sound my foot made traveled far farther than it should have, echoing down the passage in long, haunting bends of distortion, as if the walls were stretching the noise, examining it, replaying it with microscopic delay. My deep brown eyes adjusted to the faint reflections crawling along the metallic veins in the walls, fractured light glinting off my thin metal glasses. The architecture here was different, no longer smooth, no longer geometric, organic. The walls curved like the inner structure of a colossal shell patterned with fractal grooves that spiraled inward, toward an unseen point deeper within. They pulsed faintly, not with light, but with a low frequency, resonance I could feel in my teeth and bones. I documented everything, whispering into the recorder. Corridor transitions from geometric architectural logic to fractal organic, material unknown, resonant patterns active, possible biomechanical fusion, relicario responding passively, light signatures matching corridor frequency. Halfway through my note, I froze. Something moved, not air, not dust, not rock, a presence. At the far end of the corridor, barely visible, a silhouette shifted behind the curvature of the wall. It was subtle, an interruption in the darkness, a distortion rather than a figure, not walking, sliding, flowing, as if light itself were bending around something that refused a stable shape. My instinct screamed retreat. My training whispered observe. The relicario glowed again, brighter this time, a soft, cold blue radiance illuminating the fine dust on my gloves and the sharp edges of my beard. The core spiraled in reverse, then forward, then reversed again in rapid, precise alternation. A pattern, a response, a signal, almost as if the relic were communicating or warning. The silhouette shifted once more, closer now but still formless, as though trapped between movement and intention. Then the walls reacted. Tiny filaments emerged from the fractal grooves, quivering like the cilia of some ancient organism sensing chemical change. They aligned themselves, not toward the presence in the darkness, but toward me. The corridor recognized me, or it recognized the relic. The hum deepened, vibrating the air with a low, harmonic thrum that pressed against my chest and spine. Dust rose in slow spirals, caught in the bioluminescent aura of the relicario. My breathing grew shallow. Then the presence moved again, this time with purpose. It slid forward, not touching the ground, not bound by gravity, not obeying the geometry of the space. It kept shifting shape, as if choosing a form or fighting to remember one. My light hit it briefly, just for an instant, and the reflection that came back was not eyes, not skin, not metal. It was memory, projected, distorted, ancient. The relicario reacted instantly. Its core flared, with sudden brilliance, casting the corridor into cold, pale blue light. The triple spiral rotated rapidly, accelerating until it formed a continuous ring of bioluminescence. The fractal structures inside vibrated with such intensity that I felt the motion. Through my gloves, the presence stopped. Frozen, held, suspended mid-motion by the activation of the relic. The corridor silenced, the resonance ceased. Even the dust hung motionless. In the air, the relicario lumen was exerting influence, containing, or restraining, or communicating with whatever waited inside this corridor. And then I heard it, not from behind, not from ahead, from inside the relic, a voice, not spoken, not heard, felt, 2 words, carried through vibration, rather than sound. The light dimmed, the presence retreated, melting back into the impossible geometry of the corridor. I exhaled slowly, realizing I had been holding my breath. Whatever was deeper in that complex, whatever intelligence had built this place, whatever presence, had just acknowledged me. It wasn't trying to stop me, it was waiting.